We see here that the travel agent has created a PNR with the flights and dates requested by the customer. The itinerary is priced using the normal entry FXP. The lowest fare for the booking class is returned. With the selected fare returned, the priced fare families are also returned as an appended message. On Fare Component 1, Flight Segment 1 Fare Family Value was returned. On Fare Component 2, Flight Segment 2 Fare Family Value was returned. Both fare components have the value Fare Family returned. In order to see what is included in the fare family, the transaction FQF can be used to see the services and conditions that are filed by the airline. By looking at the Fare Component 1, this value fare family shows services that are included in the fare, such as free baggage allowance. Some are at a charge, in this case seat assignment, and others that are not offered, like here the lounge access. The FQF command is used purely for information purposes. In order to book additional chargeable services, the standard ancillary services booking process needs to be applied. Use the MD command to get the rest of the description of the value on Fare Component 2. And use RT to go back to the original PNR. The travel agent wants to know what is the best fare in the cabin for the flights that have been booked. The standard best pricer transaction is used, FXB. Upon return of the lowest applicable fare in the cabin, the PNR is now rebooked in the booking class of this lowest fare. The priced fare families are also returned as an appended message. On Fare Component 1, Flight Segment 1 now has the Fare Family Basic information. On Fare Component 2, Flight Segment 2 Fare Family Basic has also been applied. In order to see what is included in the fare family, the transaction FQF can be used again to see the services and conditions that are filed by the airline. Use FQF 1-2 to see the fare family description for Recommendation 1 on Fare Component 2. And you can now see in this example the fare family description applicable to Recommendation 1 on Fare Component 2. Travel agents need to help customers, and early on advise them what fares exist on the requested itinerary. In order to do so, you can use the FQD entry as shown here. They will now also be able to advise what are the services and conditions that are attached to this fare family. The FQD has been enhanced with a new pricing input, /FF. Upon any FQD input for this carrier, /FF sorts fares by fare families, from most restrictive to least restrictive, as filed by the airline. You can use the MD command to see the following page, and use MU to go back to page 1. By using the FQF1 command, we will be able to see the fare family description of this fare on line 1 that belongs to fare family B Light. The fare family description for this fare on line 1 is returned. You can see that the fare family B Light has a free baggage allowance included. A meal can be added on at a charge, and the services that are not offered as part of this fare family. A disclaimer is automatically shown in the case that the operating carrier is not clearly identified. Use FQF14 to see the fare family information of line number 14 of the previous screen. We see that this is the business fare family that was on line 14, and that in this case all services are included. Let's go back by using FQD. In the FQD screen, you can use the FQN command to read the rules attached to this fare family. Additional lines have been added in the FQN output in order to show the fare family name and a short description of the fare that is selected. The FQF command is used to see the fare family details at this moment. FQN can be requested after any pricing transactions. In some countries, the airline's fare families are well known, Or you can also have the scenario that the travel agent has just performed an FQD and already knows which fare family is the right one for the customer. The pricing system always returns the cheapest fare, and the ability to price by fare family will allow the travel agent to target the right fare for the right customer. This is part of the Upsell module and is available at the same time as the other functionalities that are part of the Display module. This PNR has been booked on the requested flights, with whatever booking class was available. The travel agent is not interested in pricing the lowest fare in the cabin, but would like to target the lowest fare in a higher fare family. He can use the FQF command as a standalone in order to compare the fare family content. We can see now the description of the basic fare family for the Helsinki-Barcelona flight. By using MD, we will see the description of the value fare family. Use the standard RT command to go back to the initial PNR booked. The best pricer transaction is used to target the lowest available fare in the value fare family for the requested itinerary. If no fares under value fare families are available, no fares will be returned. Pricing by fare family does not override pricing outputs, but just filters the results. Only the fares under the value fare family are returned. The fare family name is returned, and the FQF command can be used to see the fare family description. Use RT to return to the initial PNR. It is possible to target a fare family for one or several dedicated segments only. In the case for segment 2, we can use FXB/FF2-value. The value fare family has been returned as requested for the second flight segment. The third flight segment has been priced with the lowest available fare that could be combined with the value fare family. In this case, the lowest fare is part of the basic fare family. The fare family name is returned, and FQF can be used again to see the fare family description.